This video contains a pet battle guide for the achievement Aquatic Apparitions, which is one of 10 achievements required in order to obtain the meta achievement Family Exorcist, which rewards you with the Spriggan Trickster pet. Each achievement requires you to defeat 9 master tamers in the Shadowlands, with a team of all level 25 pets from the same family. So for example, Aquatic Apparitions requires you to defeat 9 master tamers in the Shadowlands with a team of all level 25 aquatic pets. Timestamps will be in the description box below if you need to skip to a specific pet battle. The pets I used to complete this task are listed on the screen right now, along with their breed. All of the abilities I used will be mentioned and shown before the particular pet battle takes place. Also, if you find the video helpful, a like and subscribe would be much appreciated. So starting in Revendreth, head to coordinates 4052 as shown on the map to face Sylla. The pets I used were the Chitterspine Skittling with Pinch, Shell Armour and Dive, the Slimy Eel with Ooze Touch, Fierce Shift and Expunge, and Benax with Tongue Lash, Swarm of Flies and Bubble. Please note, your first pet needs to be faster than Ash, the first pet, in order to go first. So for reference, my pet had a speed of 299. So first cast Dive. Then cast Shell Armour. Then cast Pinch until you kill the pet. If you are still alive, cast Pinch if you can, but you will most likely be killed. Bring in your Slimy Eel and cast Fierce Shift. Then cast Expunge. Then keep casting Ooze Touch until you either kill the pet or you die. When Benex comes in, cast Bubble. Then cast Swarm of Flies. Then just keep casting Tongue Lash until you win. So staying in Revendreth, head to coordinates 6866 as shown on the map to face Eyegore. The pets I used were the Hydraling with Deep Bite, Call Lightning and Shell Armour, the Fen Crab with Rip, Shell Shield and Blood in the Water, and the Inland Croaker with Ice Lance, Call Blizzard and Ice Tomb. So first cast Call Lightning. Then cast Shell Armour. Then cast Deep Bite until you kill the pet. Your Hydraling ideally needs to be alive to take at least one hit from the Spindler enemy pet. If this is not the case, then restart the fight. When your Hydraling dies, bring in your Fen Crab and cast Shell Shield. Then cast Rip. Then cast Blood in the Water. Then cast Rip until you have 1 round remaining on your Shell Shield. Then reapply your shield. Then cast Blood in the Water. Then keep casting Rip until you defeat the pet. When the last pet comes in, cast Rip and you will most likely die here. When your last pet comes in, cast Ice Tomb. Then cast Call Blizzard. Then just keep casting Ice Lance until you win. Again, staying in Revendreth, head to coordinate 6141 as shown on the map to face Addius the Tormentor. The pets are used with a Chitterspine Skittering, with Pinch, Blackclaw and Swarm, the Hydraling with Deep Bite, Call Lightning and Whirlpool, and Benix's backup with Tongue Lash, Swarm and Bubble. So first cast Blackclaw. Then select number 3 for Lockout. Then cast Swarm until you die. Bring in your Hydraling and cast Call Lightning. This should be enough to kill the pet, but if not, keep casting Deep Bite to finish it off, or use your final pet if needed. Now head to Maldraxxus, coordinate 6347 as shown on the map to face Dundley Stickfingers. The pets are used with a Chitterspine Skittering with Pinch, Blackclaw and Swarm, Benix with Tongue Lash, Swarm of Flies and Bubble, and the Fen Crab with Rip, Shell Shield and Blood in the Water, but any other pet should do. So first cast Blackclaw. Then cast Swarm. This should be more than enough to kill the first pet. When the next pet comes in, again cast Blackclaw. Then cast Swarm. This should kill the second pet. When the final pet comes in, cast Swarm until you die. Bring in Benix and cast Bubble. Then cast Swarm of Flies. Then cast Tongue Lash until you win. If you do die, then bring in the final pet to finish it off. Staying in Maldraxxus, head to coordinates 3455 as shown on the map to face Rotgut. The pets I used were the Fleeting Frog with Tongue Lash, Survival and Swarm, the Mud Jumper with Tongue Lash, Swarm of Flies and Bubble, and Benix with Tongue Lash, Swarm of Flies and Bubble. So first cast Swarm. Then cast Tongue Lash. Then cast Survival. Then cast Swarm until you die. Bring in your Mud Jumper and cast Tongue Lash twice. Then cast Bubble. Then cast Swarm of Flies. Then cast Tongue Lash until you die. When your third pet comes in, again cast Bubble. Then keep casting Tongue Lash until you win. Staying in Maldraxxus, head to coordinates 4750 as shown on the map to face Caregiver Maximillian. This fight is one of the more challenging fights against the second pet Bone Crusher with aquatic pets, and this setup can be a bit frustrating as it does rely on some RNG. However, because its only purpose is for obtaining the achievement, if you persist with this setup you will eventually get the win. You just may need to try it a number of times. The pets I used were the Inland Croaker with Ice Lance, Call Blizzard and Ice Tomb, the Hydraling with Tail Slap, Call Lightning and Shell Armour, and the Slimy Eel with Ooze Touch, Phase Shift and Moonfire.
Quite the suitable vessel.
So first cast Call Blizzard. Then cast Ice Tomb. Then cast Ice Lance twice. This combined with Ice Tomb should be enough to kill the pet. When Bone Crusher comes in, cast Call Blizzard. Bring in your Hydraling and cast Shell Armor. Then cast Call Lightning. Then cast Tail Slap twice. This is where the RNG is needed. If your Tail Slap does not kill the second pet, or Bone Crusher crits and kills you, then you will need to reset the fight and retry. When the third pet comes in, cast Tail Slap and you will be defeated. With your final pet, cast Fear's Shift. Then cast Moonfire. Then keep casting Ooze Touch until you win. Next head to Bastion, coordinates 3563 as shown on the map, to face Stratios. The pets I used were the Inland Croaker with Ice Lance, Call Blizzard and Ice Tomb, the Hydraling with Tail Slap, Call Lightning and Whirlpool, and the Slimy Eel with Ooze Touch, Fear's Shift and Expunge. So first cast Ice Tomb. Then cast Call Blizzard. Then cast Ice Lance until you die. Bring in your Hydraling and cast Call Lightning. Then cast Tail Slap. If you get stunned, you may need to restart if you don't kill the second pet. When the final pet comes in, cast Whirlpool. Then cast Tail Slap, but you will most likely die. With your final pet, cast Expunge. Then just keep casting Ooze Touch until you win. Staying in Bastion, head to coordinates 5556 as shown on the map to face Thenia. The pets I used were the Slimy Sea Slug with Nether Blast, Sewage Eruption and Moonfire, the Emerald Turtle with Emerald Bite, Shell Shield and Headbutt, and the Hydraling with Deep Bite, Call Lightning and Shell Armor. So first cast Sewage Eruption. If you get stunned, then just restart the fight. Then cast Nether Blast. Then cast Moonfire and the pet should die. Then cast Nether Blast. Then cast Sewage Eruption. Try to cast Nether Blast and you should be killed. Bring in your Emerald Turtle and cast Shell Shield. Then cast Emerald Bite until the pea chick dies. When the Golden Grazer pet comes in, cast Headbutt. Then cast Emerald Bite until your turtle dies. Bring in your Hydraling and cast Shell Armour. Then cast Core Lightning. If Core Lightning did not defeat the pet, then keep casting Deep Bite until the pet dies. Now for the final pet battle, once again in Bastion. Head to coordinates 5138 as shown on the map to face Zolla. The pets I used were the Inland Croaker with Ice Lance, Cold Blizzard and Ice Tomb, Pengu with Surge, Slippery Ice and Ice Lance, and Benax with Tongue Lash, Swarm of Flies and Bubble, but any other pet should do for backup. So first cast Cold Blizzard. Then cast Ice Tomb. Then cast Ice Lance until the first enemy pet dies. When Slasher comes in, cast Cold Blizzard. Then cast Ice Lance until you die. Bring in Pengu and cast Ice Lance. Then cast Slippery Ice. Then keep casting Ice Lance until the enemy pet dies. If Pengu does not kill the final pet with Ice Lance, then finish it off with your last pet. Congratulations, you have now obtained the Aquatic Apparitions achievement. If you have any other setups that can be used for the fights in this video, then please leave them in the comment section below to help other people out. And as always, thanks for watching, please do comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.